Hello and welcome to the RoboZone podcast, and welcome to the brand new Rebuilt season for 2026. We want to make sure that you follow us on all of our social media, and also don't forget to subscribe to this video series, and also click that notification button so you know when we have a new episode each week for all of you to watch, consume, and to think about as you go forward with Rebuilt. Thank you for watching, and let's get to the episode.
Curiosity appears to everyone, but few follow unyieldingly to where it calls them. To a place where thinkers dream of the unthinkable, and curiosity turns into magic. You'll find your calling is closer than imagined. The College of Engineering at Lawrence Technological University has all the technology and tools to make magic. Be curious. Make magic.
Hi, this is Pete Ekman with the RoboZone podcast. We are in build week 2 for the Rebuilt season, or Rebuild. I keep getting them mixed up, but we'll get to that. Chad, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Chad. I'm the lead robot mentor of 7226 out of Lansing.
So, fun fact, me and Chad have had a history together. Always positive, never negative.
Yep.
We've competed against and with each other for many years, and we will this year too, just in different teams. We were rookies together, right, Chad? So tell us a little bit about Air Code 404.
Well, so we started in 2018, and it was an effort by me and my counterpart, Mr. Jeff Parks. I guess how we started was I was at Michigan State University, and I joined up for the first alumni. And Gail was like, "Hey, do you want to help a team start?" I'm like, "Sure." I thought I would just be another mentor, and then she called me and she's like, "Hey, great! So you're gonna start this team out of Lansing?" I'm like, "Whoa!" I'm like, "Listen, I can handle a lot of the robot stuff, but I can't do the logistics." So she found me Jeff Parks, and then the rest is history. We started in 2018 out of the Waverly Middle School, and we've done a lot of renovations and upgrades and improvements, and have had a lot of fun times since.
So yeah, right. So what I learned, what you said, and I agree with you. You have to watch when it says Gail asked you, Gail Elpre asked you to do something because you're going to be in it to win it. And she always
She's good
likes
at her job.
she's really good at her job, and she's really good at challenging people. So, um, but since then, I was on the fast team, started the fast team, same thing. Gail said, "Do you want to start a team?" I said, "Sure." She goes, "Where do you live?" I said, "Fowlerville." She says, "You were going to start one in Fowlerville." I said, "Okay." At that time, there wasn't a lot of help, but I brought on a lot of parents that end up to be mentors, and they've taken that team over, done really well. But I remember Air Code 404 and us being rookies together and learning through good lessons, hard lessons, how to compete, how to work with each other, how to build a team. So that's we go way back, way back. It's 8 years. I can't believe that, man.
Time flies.
I mean, like that. This is my 11th year as a mentor.
Wow.
Um, but and yours as an eighth, right? This is your eighth season as a mentor.
Yeah, I did help a little bit when I graduated high school for my
Okay.
old team, but yeah, this is the eighth year really being a full-time mentor.
What was your old team? What team were you on as a student?
So I was at out of Walled Lake on
Okay.
308 The Monsters, and
Okay.
it's a great
Good
team. I
team.
still go
Good
back
team.
every once in a while and just say hi, and a lot of really good friends from
Yeah.
that team.
It's those
Yeah,
three number teams are awesome teams. Two number teams, there aren't many one.
yeah.
But now we're
Oh,
up to
yeah,
5, which is crazy.
yeah, the 10,000s. I remember
11,000. There's an
11,000.
11,000
Yeah,
team this
so
year.
yeah, we're helping. We'll be helping in some capacity an 11,000 team in Lansing. So that'll be, that was like 11,000. Like, I got like shocked. I remember when I was on the Monsters, like the high 3,000s, low 4,000s team. They were the new ones, and I'm like, oh, they're rookies. And now it's like I'm on a 7,000 team, and there's 11,000 teams, and I mean the program's just growing like crazy, which is
Right.
good.
I'm on a 3000 series team, so I'm the co-head mentor for 3658, the Robo Beavers, right
Oh,
4 miles from my house at a Harper Creek High
awesome.
School. So,
I wish my team was that close.
well, it was bittersweet having to leave the fast team. I'm still really good friends with everyone on there and still support them and some of their infrastructure. So I'm still
hmm
helping out as mentors do and good mentors do. But me and you will get to compete against and with each other this year in week one at Lakeview High School.
Lakeview.
Yes, so
Awesome.
it's a very big, interesting field. I looked it up the other day. There's a lot of good teams sitting on that field. I'm just saying like Strike
It'll be a tough
Force
week
and
one.
oh, it's gonna be awesome. I can't wait. I can't wait. So let's talk about Rebuilt, right? What do you think about the game thus far, Chad? What did you think out of? Because we're only a week past. It seems like a month, but it's only a week past
It's only 8 days
kickoff.
past kickoff. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
So what do you
Um,
think about the game?
it's a very interesting game. It's pretty cool. I it's very interesting only having like one real field or game piece, right? The ball.
Right.
Whereas the past several years there's always been more than one. Except maybe for what 2020, what the frisbee or the
The cube game. We didn't have
yeah,
multiple then. That was power up. Power up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, power up. So, very interesting. So, and then if you look at the field, there's like I forgot how many balls are on the field. Is it 200 or is it 400? There's
405 or
It's a lot
406.
of balls on the field. We were looking at people playing. There's, I guess, and I just found this out yesterday. There's like an FRC like game you can download on your computer and play around with it. Man, are there a lot of game pieces. So,
Yeah, it's in fact I downloaded it the other day and it's sitting on my desktop. I'm looking at the icon. It's called XRC Simulator.
yes,
Yes.
yes. First of all, kudos to them. They got
Yeah.
that simulator done fast. I mean, a week. I'm sure it was done even before that, but to get something out that fast with like all the new elements, man, they really worked hard on that. So kudos to them. But it really is a cool kind of game because it shows you just how many balls are on the field or fuel, and just it gives you a kind of you could kind of get a preview of how the games are going to go at a competition, which can really help develop your strategy.
So if anyone hasn't or doesn't know about that, it's a simulator that you can download to your local computer and play. It's a simulated game, right? But curious enough, there's only two robots on there, not three. So even when you play, at least the ones I've seen, there's only two, or matches I've seen, there's only two robots, and it is absolutely crazy
Yeah,
on some of the things. But I think it's a good tool for those people and whoever put it together. I'll look it up and put it in the show notes. Thank you for what you guys do, but also for drive team practice, right? No one has a
yeah,
robot together right now, at least
exactly.
unless you're doing a robot in 3 days. And they've killed it this year. There's some really, really good. I want to get your opinion on that. But just the intense action and how fast. So I interviewed Corey Walters last week and Kyle out of 27, Kyle Hughes, and they said that they didn't think this was going to be a very fast game. I actually think people are going to turn up swerve drives as fast as they can so they can fly across the field. And no doubt, I think we'll see some Dukes of Hazard action
Oh yeah.
going and landing on some balls. What do you think?
Yeah, you better make sure your drivetrain is well maintained because it's going to take a beating going over those bumps in the middle.
Yeah. Well, tanks are built. I think this is a revival for the tank here. We've had so much focus on swerves, right? But like the Kitbot, have you seen the Kitbot for this season?
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually very impressed with the Kitbot. It's a pretty decent robot. I mean, you stick a L1 climb on that, and you are going to be, I believe, at week one's top 50% pretty easily with
Okay.
enough practice. I think actually this year is, I mean, practice is important every year, but I think this year because there's only one game piece, it's a very open field, and it'll be very fast paced. I think practice is going to be the big separator between the good teams and the bad teams. You got to have practice. Even a robot that's not the best but has a lot of practice, I think will do pretty well.
I agree
It's
with
going
you.
to
I
be a
agree
big
with you.
practice year.
And more importantly, a practice that has other robots with you. I think
Yeah.
you're going to have going under the trench or coming over the hump. I call it the hump. and trying to shoot and then go collect. And if you're going to be, I think there's roles this year, right? You got a passing role, you got a defense, even defense is a thing this year.
Yeah.
So I think there's going to be a lot. I think fuel is going to be all over the place. I don't think you're going to see a
Oh
lot of
yeah.
starving for fuel,
Yeah.
um, because even at the state and world levels, they're talking about putting 600 balls on the field. But
You're not going to be able to drive. I mean, you're going to go over that hump and then land on like 10 different balls. Like that'll be
right.
very tough.
And I want to say it now, and I'm going to echo it every week till we get through to Worlds, is thank you, field reset staff. Thank you,
Yeah.
field reset staff. This is not going to be easy for you. I thought 2017 was a hard year for them. I feel for them this year. I
I
really, really do.
honestly, I want to see what their field reset equipment's going to look like because lining up all those balls in the middle, like that's going to take so much time. I think they did extend like the field reset time, but still,
Mhm.
it's very. I mean that's a lot of game pieces to put down. Maybe they'll have like a little box that they could just throw everything in and they just kind of settle. But
Or
yeah, kudos
from maybe
kudos to
from the
them.
rafters, a little PVC thing comes down. They just
Yeah.
fill it and they lift the. I don't know,
Oh,
man. I don't
that's a
know.
good idea.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that's a lot of balls this year. And man, I can't believe that they're speculating 600. That's gonna be crazy.
It's
I would
crazy.
actually think it'd be more of a challenge if they had less balls, right? Because then
Yeah.
now you have a strategy of trying to hoard balls to one side. But if you have 600, I mean, there's
I
almost no.
well, at least when we go week one, because we're competing against week one against each other, I think you'll still see a lot of pushing the balls into the into your own alliances
Yeah,
area, at least when you're not shooting. And how do you feel about the new cycling, right? So scoring cycles and not scoring cycles.
it is a twist. I have never been in a year where we've had cycles. I think there was a year that there were cycles, I think in 2006 maybe.
Oh, you're
So that
going
was
way
before
back.
my time.
Before my
Uh
time too.
um so yeah, it's definitely interesting. I mean watching the clock's always important, but this year even more so where you have a uh you have like a set time where you can shoot and essentially time where if you do shoot, it's useless. Like that's crazy.
Right.
A place where you can score points or you could shoot and make a goal and it still doesn't count. Like that's totally different. But yeah, keeping track of times could be very big. We consider putting like LEDs on a robot to indicate whether we're good to shoot or not. So it's
Oh, yeah.
you know.
Lights on. Everyone likes lights on robots. I mean, it's a thing.
Listen, I love LEDs for decorations. You can ask anyone on my team, but I also like functional LEDs too,
Yeah.
and we try to do those more than we do decoration. I mean, we always run out of time, so decoration's always a low priority, but the functional ones are always
Sure, sure. We
good.
thought of I don't know how much you'll go into your guys' strategy and design. We'll get to that piece. And if you're protective, some coaches are very protective of that stuff. I'm talking about like Corey Walters because he does
Yeah.
listen. He won't let me in on anything. However, I'm more of an open book.
Yeah,
Okay.
we don't have way too many secrets here.
Right. So we're looking at a hopper design like everyone else is. But if
Yep.
you put LEDs up the edges of it, and then you can actually look at levels of how many balls are in it, of how many
Oh,
track to how many balls are in it. You go like green to red, and then you're full and you go. That's if you can't see through the hopper, because some
yeah.
people will use plexiglass, but it's gonna be a little bit of battle bots this year, a little bit of
Oh, yeah.
yeah, hitting action. So
Yeah.
there's some ridiculous materials that you can use, but you can't really see through them, especially like carbon fiber, right?
Right.
So LEDs to know, or LEDs if it's our scoring cycle or not knowing, right? I mean, you can use so many different things for
Yeah.
that solution.
I mean, we have access to a laser cutter, so aluminum's very big for us. However, uh, durabilities could be very big this
Hmm.
year. So you almost don't want carbon fiber or aluminum or like the strong materials. You almost want your robot to be slightly compliant, just so you're not breaking things. I mean, I think you're
Sure.
going to have some high speed impacts, definitely going over the bump. I think you're definitely going to want to make it durable. But if you make things like super rigid and like non-compliant, it almost might be worse.
Oh,
Plus, with the
mhm.
added benefit of polycarbonate, you can actually see how much fuel
Sure.
you're carrying in your hopper.
Sure, but not loosey goosey to where. So we have a rule, right? You can't go past your frame
Yeah.
perimeter. What if you're so loosey goosey that you actually extend? in the wrong
Yeah.
direction. I mean, it'd be a
Yep.
challenge.
It's gonna
So,
be that's part of the consideration. We always
so
try to design our stuff like an inch in on
okay,
either side, just so the stray. I mean, nobody ever dings you for zip ties, but like if you get an impact and like a bracket bends out, you can't you're not cooked for the whole match, right? So
right, right.
we
So
always
I,
try to design in a little bit.
if you remind me, Chad, and I don't know this, are you the drive coach for the team too?
No,
Okay,
nope.
okay.
This year it's actually a former student.
Ah,
Becky Ray. So she was on the team all 4 years. She was actually a student when we first started. She was a freshman, and now she's graduated from Kettering University,
oh,
and now
congratulations.
she's come back and helping, which is
That's
awesome.
very cool. Very cool. I have a future episode coming up, and I'd love to get your take on this. Just because I love having asking good questions is we're gonna have an episode wrapped around should a drive team be all students or have an adult on it? So what do you feel, what is your take on that, Chad?
Um, I always think like these kind of rules are just kind of up to the teams.
Okay.
To have like an overarching body that says like you have to have, one adult and like three students or all students,
Hmm.
like I think every situation is kind of different, and I think the teams are going to choose what's best for them. Um, and I've seen these threads on like Chief Delphi, and I think like a lot of the main argument is if you have like an all student drive team, and then you have adults on another team on someone else's drive team, it kind of lends itself to like your team's going to get pushed around maybe.
Hmm.
And you're not going to be able to do the strategy you want to do because, there's an adult and you got to respect your elders and that kind of stuff. So like I could see it both ways. But also I think especially with graduated students that have come
Hmm.
back, you get some of the experience where
Oh,
it's like,
sure, sure.
hey, this mechanism's broken. Stop doing that and instead go do this.
Yep.
And like sometimes it takes a little bit of experience to see that kind of stuff. So it every team can decide for themselves. But we typically have I think for the past 6 years, maybe 4 to 6 years, we've always had like a returning student
Okay.
who's now a mentor be the drive
But still an
coach.
adult at that point, though. It's a former
Yes.
student that's an adult. So
Yep.
I don't want to ruin that upcoming episode because we're still going to record it. So I thank you for your input because
Yeah.
that's very interesting. So I will bring that up as an aspect of that
Yeah.
conversation. So where are you guys in the design process? Where is Air Code 404 right now?
So we have, I think we've solidified on like a concept that we want to make. And so now it's just grinding out the design and making a design as fast as possible.
Sure.
Uh, so this year we've kind of agreed on our team that practice is going to be extremely important, more important than it has been in previous years. And so we're trying to get a design out faster.
Okay.
Um, and one thing that our team is really good at is we're really good at manufacturing. So we can, you know, we're not the best designers, but we are really good at manufacturing. So if we can fail early and fail fast, that's a benefit for us.
Sure, sure. So, if you don't mind me asking, you tell me, Pete, I'm not telling you. Um, I'll just throw some options out there. Are you going with a turret, possibly?
So I think so. We're not going to start with one.
Okay,
So our kind of plan is we're going to have like a hopper
okay,
style robot, something too similar to the cranberry alarm
okay.
robot. So
Hmm.
a really big intake that moves out. You want to maximize the hopper volume to keep
Sure.
as many balls in there as possible. And then we're going to start with like a fixed shooter,
Okay,
and then maybe possibly move on to a turret. Now, I think we're going to stick with Swerve this year.
okay.
So we'll have the ability to like tilt the robot pretty easily.
Sure, sure.
Um, but a turret is something I want to do, but it's not high on the priority list. In fact, we're gonna go with like stationary shooter, and
Okay,
we're just gonna get just the basics working.
okay,
And then if we do that, I think we're gonna maybe do like a adjustable hood angle, so
okay.
you can shoot a little bit easier from different distances.
Sure. Yeah.
And then if we get that working, then we'll move over to a turret.
Okay.
Um, But yeah,
So,
so that is definitely like that's our strategy. We're gonna try to go in stages, get like the minimum viable product going, and
Sure.
then try to upgrade it as time
I
allows.
love it. I love it. You're using agile terms, and I'm an agilist certified in three different disciplines. I love it. I love it. I'm trying to teach high school kids how to do agile, and they're looking at me like speaking some foreign language, but they'll
Hmm.
get it. It just takes time, right? So
Yes.
iterate, having an MVP, then building from that MVP, then you can succeed and you can fail early and learn, and then you
Yep.
can reiterate again. So that's
Yep.
awesome. That's awesome. What about the climb this year? Are you concentrated more on a like a level one for week one and then maybe a level three? Do you
Um,
see the importance for level three?
there definitely is importance for level three.
Okay,
Every year we're like, oh, we'll just go at level one, and then like after the first competition, we're like, we have to get that level three climb. Like we have to do the deep climb. We have to do, yada yada, whatever the most, we always start easy, and then like we always just are like, yeah, we won't worry about that, and then we always go for level three or whatever.
sure.
So this year we do want to do level three,
Okay,
and I think we've kind of identified that it's not a huge risk. Uh, it so the level three climb is going to be hard for
yes.
sure. But a level one climb I don't think will be hard.
Yeah,
And
I don't either.
so
I don't either. I
um
think it's just how to get down, especially with the because we're focusing on autonomous,
mhm,
right? Because you can get 15 points in autonomous, and if you can climb up and down, and you can just do it twice in the same match, that's 25 points toward that 50 point ranking point, right? If
yeah,
one team can do that, that's pretty good for one team, right?
exactly.
So,
So it's kind of easy to do the level one.
mhm.
So I think we're going to try level three, and then if it doesn't work, then we'll just throw like a little level one climb from any of the previous years on there.
Okay,
And we've kind of identified it as somewhat low risk.
okay. I heard you say, and I love using this term because a lot of people don't understand it. Back in the day, I'm talking like deep space. People heard the word cheesecake, and cheesecake was basically just a lift mechanism that you could strap onto a robot that does something very easy, very
Mhm.
well, and you can build it for very low resources. So what I heard you say is your level one is cheesecake. You just want to go to level, try to get to level three.
Yeah. I mean, I think putting some hooks on the back of your robot, I mean, it's not going to be like super
Sure.
trivial, but especially because you have to have your hooks come out of your
Yep.
robot, which means you can't have like your intake
Correct.
out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's retracting the hooks. That's going to be the hard part.
Yep.
But if you figure that out, any kind of standard climber, like remember the every bot from I can't remember the years, maybe
Crescendo.
2020 or
Was it
Crescendo.
crescendo?
It was
Maybe.
the one with the PVC in
Yeah.
the hooks, and where you unwind and then you keep going
Yep.
in the same direction, and you put a little half-inch ratcheting wrench.
Yep.
Genius idea.
Yep.
But doing something like that is not it is easy now. So I think uh that's something like that's like an emergency option. I
Sure.
think we're gonna design it in there just in case,
Okay.
but we're gonna try to go for an L3
Okay.
climb.
Did you? I'm sure you've seen this. I don't know who hasn't, but have you seen something like the Penn State robot in 3 days?
Yeah, so I saw that. I'm like, oh, that's a interesting level one climb. And then they're like, no, that's a level three climb. I'm like, what? It's like, yeah, check the rules. I'm
Yep.
like, bumpers must be above the sunken rung. I'm like, oh, that is the only requirement. And
Yeah.
so I'm like, they might fix that rule. But I
Nope.
think that's actually staying because they've had, I
Yep.
think, two adjustments to the climbing rules, and they haven't said anything
I don't think they're going
about
to
that.
either because people are already down the track of already,
Yeah.
developing, right?
I think that's a really cool thing. Now the hard part about that one is lining up. So
Yes.
if you look
Yes.
at it and if you do the math, so you can only have like a 6 inch uh spool or sprocket
Hmm.
or belt on it because if the middle of the bar is 27 inches and
Hmm.
you can only be 30, your radius is 3. So you
Correct.
can only have like a 6 inch thing. So the torque on that is
Oh
going to
yeah.
be quite big.
Yeah, they did
Um,
I have to hand it to him. If you were listening to this and you're on that Penn State thing, man, you guys blew the doors off it because they went back and not only did they release the release video for it, but they did an entirely separate video of this is how we did it. This is the stuff that you need to keep in mind. It's like
mhm,
3,000 pounds of torque that you need.
yeah.
And they said, these are steel. You don't want to do this with aluminum because the aluminum's going to bend. So you really have to be in it to win it if you want that
Yeah. Yeah,
application.
it's a hard mechanism. I know they give you the CAD,
Yeah.
which again, kudos to them. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
That's
Yep.
awesome. Um, but that doesn't fit in everyone's robot
Sure.
design strategy. So, I mean, taking like that and then like, modifying it to be in your own robot, that's gonna be very tough.
This is true. Very true. Now, I don't know. I'm always constantly looking. There's a couple teams out there from Robot in 3 Days. Well, I'm going to get the name wrong. It's unqualified. Uh,
Quokkas, I think.
yeah,
I think it's
koalas.
Quokkas.
But they don't. They're gonna. I butchered it, and I'm
It's an
sorry.
Australian team, right?
It's an Australian team, right? And they've been blowing the doors off Robot in 3 Days. But they took a little bit extra time and they focused on the climb, right? They said in their opening of the video, I watched it today, we were focusing on the climb. So basically, they have, and if you haven't seen it, I highly suggest that you see
I
it.
haven't seen that one yet.
It's got a climber on the back of it that it actually, I'm gonna try to imitate. It's got like wings that sit back, and as the climber goes out, they come up, and then you can go and climb, and then you can lower the robot, put it back on the floor, and pull away, and the arms fold back. So
Interesting.
it's
I'll
very
have
hard
to
to
look at it.
describe, but you got to watch it, and I'll put it in the show notes. So, and I'll send it to you later, Chad. It's awesome, man. I saw
Yeah.
it today. I was like, I didn't think about that. So,
Yeah.
and
The
if
the
you,
hard part, yeah, the hard part about the climb this year
yeah,
is because you want to maximize
space.
your fuel hopper space, having a very low profile climb is going to be very
Key,
difficult.
key, right? And
Yeah.
I think we'll see a lot of side climbers that
Yeah.
climbs off the side and not because the back to the like the everybot well, which hasn't is not out yet at the we're recording this on a Sunday, so it's not out yet. I can't wait to
It's
see
on
that one either.
Tuesday. Yep.
Yeah. Is that the kitbot can will eventually be able to climb and I because uh it's built for low resource teams or rookie teams, they're going to want to climb in the middle, right? So you're
Mm,
going to have to, if you're an older team or a higher resource team, you're going to want to try to shift to that left or right. Or I don't think people have thought about this either. If your envelope or your robot is small enough, you can actually go on the inside of the
hmm.
tower and try to climb the tower that way too. But you still got bumpers and stuff, and
Yeah.
it's going to be interesting. Is what I'm saying.
The
So
bumpers really make it hard
it
because you
is.
have a what 4 or 5 inch protrusion from your chassis. So
Mhm.
making sure that that doesn't catch on the previous rung,
Yes.
that's
Yeah. Unle-
that's
But
also an
that's if
issue.
you want to go to three, right? If you just want to go
Exactly.
up and down, one up and down, and then do that at the end, like I said, that's
Mm,
25 points, people. Um,
yeah.
if it's all based on strategy, right?
Yeah.
Do you think with the ranking points for scoring fuel, right? You got the 180,
Yeah.
is it 380 and 350 or 360? I think it's half one and then double
Hmm.
it. Do you think we'll see supercharged before week 4?
You might see it in like the finals of a match,
Okay.
but it that'll be extremely hard to do.
Yeah.
Especially given the time slots,
Sure.
That's gonna be very
Sure.
difficult. That's gonna take some coordination.
Yes.
We actually think it's a pretty viable strategy to take balls from the middle and just
Hmm.
shoot it over to your side, so you don't have to have a good shooter waste their time getting fuel from the middle.
Right. That's where I said that robot role as a passer is a
Very
passer
valuable.
feeder, whatever you want to call it, especially if
Yep.
you can get it from all the way on the other side of the field and
Uh-huh.
bus chuck it
Oh yeah.
over the hub and into, I think we're going to see so many balls all over the place this year, um, that I think there should be like a warning for people that are in the stands. Okay.
Yeah. Are they gonna
Because
put up a net?
I don't
They did that
know.
in 2013.
I don't know, but I highly suggest it
They're
because
they're not the softest balls.
no, a half a pound, and you say rocking it up, let's say, and I don't know what's going to happen. Say some high-powered team, because everyone likes to crank that,
Oh yeah.
crack, and we're gonna maximize the crack, and we'll put
Yeah.
two on there at 1-to-1 and just shoot for the
Oh yeah.
moon. Someone's gonna take a ball to the head, hard, right?
Yeah,
Like
I think a
dodgeball.
net might be a pretty good thing to
Yeah.
put on the field this year. But
Or
we'll see.
maybe we'll
Yeah.
see first helmets all over all over inside of people watching, like a
Uh,
hockey game, right? There's
do
a
they just
reason
pass it out at the door?
yeah, there's a reason there's hockey nets on the top when those things come
Yeah.
at you. Now, those aren't half a pound. They're very dense, but these balls are not dense.
Yeah. Yeah, we were like, man, this isn't a great ball to play dodgeball with.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty tough. I mean, back
It's
2020, you could play dodgeball with those. They were the soft foam
yeah, but
gator
those were
balls.
soft. I mean, you could
Yeah.
grip the
These
living
ones.
daylight.
Oh
No, you
man.
can't do that, man.
I'm
No.
I'm thankful they're not that soft because man, those balls that being that soft caused a lot of jams for us that
Yeah.
year. And
Did you get to play that year? Did you get to play
we
that year?
played one competition and uh we fell victim to our practice balls were not worn in, and so they
Okay.
were a little bit harder. So we didn't have like any real struggles with getting our balls in. But as soon as we got to a competition, we were just jamming left and right, and that was a brutal year. And we found another team. Actually, the students went around. They're like, "All right, we have this problem, and we need to know how to fix it. We have this real estate," and they went around to other teams, and they found a design that would help us with that. And it did work really well. And we
Okay.
we were a week one and I
Hmm.
think a week three. And we got that design, manufactured it, a whole new front end of our robot. And we retrofitted this design and it worked really well.
Good.
And
Good.
like the week of week three is when they're like, oh, we canceled some events over here. Oh, we canceled some events over here. And I think it was like the Wednesday
Yeah.
before the competition, before the Thursday load in, and they're like, events canceled. And
Yeah, I know. I
we
know.
were pretty crushed. We worked really hard to improve that. But yeah, that was a tough year.
Yeah, that and the following year, which we didn't have in-person cons at
Yeah,
all.
I mean, we
So,
didn't really do a whole lot other. I mean, it was just kind of hanging out online for us. I know some teams tried really hard, and kudos to them, but you know, there's only so much inspiration you can do from online. It was very
it's
hard. I
true.
mean, everyone was still
It's
adjusting.
true. It's true. So, Chad, what do you think is something that teams may not have figured out? Or I always look at games and think, I didn't think about that. Has there been anything that's really caught you off guard as a mentor, and especially as a lead robot mentor, and said, you know what? I didn't think about that initially, but it's a good thing I thought about it now.
Um, it's been tough. I don't know. I think the level three climbing is important and hard. It always
Okay.
is. But I saw one thing that we were looking at. It's like, all right, if we put this Penn State climber in the middle of our robot and we do that, then like, that could fit in like kind of the design that we were trying to go for.
Hmm.
And then we're like, oh wait, that would dig our robot into the carpet. We would never climb. And so
Oh,
like that was one of the realizations where we're like, crap, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna solve that? And like we got to move it to one side, but that's gonna move this mechanism. And so
okay. Okay.
just thinking through the design, it's
Hmm.
always a hard part. Uh, there's a lot of considerations for every factor.
Sure.
Uh,
Sure. Sure.
one thing that we discussed was flywheels, but if you have since you're trying to maximize your hopper space, if you have
Hmm.
like a turret and you can't be outside your frame perimeter,
Hmm.
so like the diameter of the wheel that you use to shoot your balls matters because that if you
Right.
do a 4 inch and then you go to a 6 inch, you're moving an inch out of your
Correct.
uh, allocated space, and that digs an inch into your hopper.
Yeah.
Uh, and the 6 inch is really good because you have a little bit more inertia,
Sure.
a little bit more kinetic energy in your flywheels.
Yep.
Uh, but it's a bigger mechanism. So, it's just like all the little things you have to consider to get your design done. I mean, that's every year it's tough, but it's like the details really add up this year because of the space you have to try to maximize.
Right. The strategies that are being thrown around now may not they may be viable for week one, but we'll see when week three and four, because every year the game changes a little bit
Yeah.
through as things. And that's why I love week one. I absolutely love being a week one competitor because to me, and this is just my take on it, is that no matter if you're a one digit team, two digit team, three digit team, five digit team, everyone's on the same playing field. No one
Yeah.
knows yet, right?
Yep.
So
We like
that's
the week
why.
ones and twos because of that. Like
Oh yeah.
we're really good at manufacturing and we can get
Yeah.
stuff done really fast. And that kind of helps us early on because we might not have the best design, but we have a robot.
Right.
So,
Right.
you know,
Right.
it's just one thing that works in our favor, kind of the team strategy.
I hope that teams are really heeding what you're saying, Chad, because this is the year. I agree with you as a drive coach that this is a year you really need your drive team dialed in.
Yeah.
This is not something you want to take your robot out for week one and not have any time on the robot
Yep.
or the drive team. I mean, to get everything out, to try to hit those the hump in the middle, to try to launch it into some balls, see what it's going to react. Finding out you have loose wires. I mean,
Hmm.
you have to have a tank, and we're
Yeah.
going to see big hits this year. It's going to
Yeah.
happen. It's going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Having backup mechanisms
oh
is
yeah.
stuff you got to
Oh,
consider.
yes, having a good not only drive team but pit crew,
Yeah.
right? I think they're the unsung heroes of first are pit crews and volunteer and field reset people.
Yeah.
So they don't get a
Yep.
lot of love, but without them, things aren't going to happen. So
Yeah. I mean, the stress on the drivers is a lot, but when the robot comes back to the pit broken and you got 4 matches to fix it, the pit crew's really feeling the
yes,
heat. So yeah, you're
yeah.
right. I think they're the unsung hero, and they don't get a lot of light because they're not on the field, they're not in the stands. So
Right, but we value them. I know you
absolutely.
value them as a robot lead, and I value them as a drive coach and a strategy guy. I value them because if I have full trust in my pit crew, then I can take the driver team aside, say we lost a match, and say how can we clean it up. But
Yep.
I don't have to worry about that. That's why myself and my counterpart, two head mentors, that's what we do. I'm the strategy and drive coach side, and he's the mechanical and repair guy. So
Hmm.
two halves make a whole, right? I guess.
Exactly. Actually, I mean, I think first in general is pretty good at making all of the team pretty valuable.
Sure. Yeah.
Everyone from like, we have a really large marketing and business kind of
Yes, you
team.
do.
We have, I think it's at around 200 sponsors. And they're all in, there are some teams that have like 4 sponsors, but they're pretty heavy hitters. We have like 200 really kind of small hitters that really help us in a lot of ways.
Hmm.
So we have a really big marketing and business team for that. So that's very helpful for our team. Scouting, always very important. It
Oh,
gets the
they're so
people in the
important.
stands to
So
to
important
pay
this year.
attention.
Yeah.
Um, and they're also somewhat of an unsung hero because scouting's not the funnest job sometimes.
No, it's not.
But
It's not.
you know, team spirit also really awesome when you're down on the field and the drive team comes back and they're like, "Man, we could hear you from the stands." And it really kind of lifts like the spirit of the team up. So like,
Sure.
I think every little sub team on the team is very important. I think they did a pretty good job. First did a pretty good job at making all those little sub teams
Oh,
important.
true. And the one thing I really like about your team is I have a lot of respect for Jeff.
Oh yeah,
He is a grant writing machine. He
he's
needs
very
to
good
do
at that.
a master class on grant writing. In fact, you could tell him I'm going to reach out to him and say, "Hey, Pete wants you to do a master class on grant
Yeah,
writing for first teams." Of
I'll let
course,
him
we won't
know.
do that during the season. We'll do it after the season because you got to write the grants for the following season.
Exactly.
But I mean, he's talked to me about it, and I'm like, do you want to join my team? And because I want his ability.
Yeah.
He knocks it out. So
Yeah, he's really good at talking with people and making the deals and writing the grants, and that's something like it just doesn't compute for me. So, he's really good at that and it impresses me
two
every
two
time.
halves make a whole, right, Chad?
Exactly.
Two halves make a whole. Well, we've been chatting for 38 minutes straight.
Wow.
Yeah. And we want to say we hope Ben Shoemaker was supposed to make it on this week. He came down with I call it the scurvy because I'm a
Ah,
sailor. I'm a Navy sailor. So, that's the stuff you don't want. And schools are full of
yeah.
not bacteria. That sounds bad. I'm just saying you have
Yeah.
potential to get sick when you start going through robotics, is what I'm
Hmm.
saying.
Yeah.
So he caught it. We're going to get him on next week. But I'm glad that you and me could talk. It's been a while since we've got to talk. So, Chad, again, as you sign out, tell us what team you're with and how we can follow the team.
I'm the mentor from 7226 out of Lansing, Waverly Robotics. Um, and you can follow us all on pretty much any social media with I think it's at Wavo underscore robotics or at Wavo robotics no underscore, depends on what social media you're at. But you can follow us Facebook, Instagram, all over the place.
And thanks. Good luck. I hope I win with you
Yeah, that'd
and
be awesome.
against you in week 1. I mean, how do you say that? But good luck this
Yeah,
season.
good luck.
With eyes raised above what is, there is a view of what could be. Beyond all known horizons are visions of an unformed future, brimming with curiosity that can change everything. When looking for the technology and tools that will turn your curiosity into magic, look no further. Lawrence Technological University. Be curious. Make magic.